for him, and I was using that same memo, and I forgot to change both of them.
Summer's coming.
Council meeting, May 13th, 2026, 5:30 p.m. Susan, would you please take roll call?
Yes, Councilor Varda.
Here.
Councilor Falcon.
Here.
Councilor Black.
Here.
Councilor Hollabaugh.
Present.
Councilor Halverson.
Present.
Mayor Lance.
Here. Council, look for a motion and support to adopt the agenda. We have a correction to the updated job descriptions with the union input under C1. We need to change item D1 under call-in to an action item and item E2 under Devon for an action item.
I'll make the motion to adopt it.
Thank you, Jim.
Support.
Thank you, Travis. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Pledge allegiance, if you would.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public participation, Jim?
There is one.
Okay. Miss, He?
Hi.
Hi, Miss Hi. Good evening. Just let you know, we got 5 minutes once you introduce yourself.
Good evening. My name is Kim High. Thank you for your time. I live and work here on the Iron Range. I live in Hibbing. I'm a 1983 Nashwauk grad. I'm the founder of Chicken Run Transit, a developing fixed route transportation system connecting Chisholm, Hibbing, Keewatin, and Nashwauk, what I refer to as the Chicken Run communities. This is my third council meeting this month discussing the project. I appreciate the opportunity to continue sharing how the system is developing and how it may serve the communities involved. Chicken Run Transit is being designed as a simple, scheduled transportation system with consistent stops and predictable timing. The goal is to create something easy to understand and easy to use for everyday movement between the communities. This is not being developed as an on-demand taxi service. Route runs on a schedule, designated stops. People know where to go and when. The vehicle will be there. The initial plan will launch with one vehicle and one route. The time will be from 8 to 6. The ability to expand, going from 8 to 10, and then later to include the more limited time frames that the current transportation systems aren't able to or needed to do because they serve their own purposes. This is to fill a gap, not to replace or compete with any current transportation. One of the things I've learned speaking with people throughout the communities in the area is transportation needs are smaller and more practical than people realize. Sometimes it's just getting to work, getting to a store, attending an appointment, visiting family, or simply being able to move between communities without depending entirely on another person. I've been meeting with local businesses and organizations because I want this system to grow in a way that's connected to the communities that it serves rather than being dropped in on them. Local knowledge matters, and that's why I'm getting so much of the community input. Tonight, I want to be able to answer any questions and ask the council for two things. The first is similar to what I requested from Hibbing, and that is a resolution of support for the project. I will email the full business plan. My printer ran out of ink, so I did not have that with your packet, but I do have that. And considering the second is having your support or your guidance in selecting the main hub stop you'd like in Chisholm that connects to the rest of the community. Those are the two things. The location would be safe, visible, easy to access, and practical for consistent use. The goal isn't to create any disruptions, but a simple, reliable connection point within the community. I truly believe that transportation works best when the people who use it, for the people who use it, and I want this process to remain collaborative and community-focused as it moves forward. I'm working with the Minnesota Department of Transportation with Mike Myers. I have been working with a couple other entities. I'm not looking for funding from the cities, that this will be servicing. It was a private service that I'm creating, that I will be seeking state and federal funding because it fills a gap in the statutes they're not able to fill. And that's what's exciting about this project. Me personally, I'm on IMDb. I'm now an actress. I like to do auditions. I car share. My daughter works at Sammy's. A lot of times, I don't have a vehicle. I like to go to meat raffle in Keewatin. I like to go to Nashwauk Alliance Church and Wizards. Once again, car sharing, active senior grandson. I'm stuck. This gives me personally something. I can be active in my community into my 90s. If it can do that for me, there's so many more people I know it can do it for. Thank you for your time. I'm available to answer any questions you have.
Thank you, Kim. Appreciate it. Also, any questions?
What cities again?
Chisholm, Hibbing, Nashwauk, Keewatin, chicken.
Okay.
Oh my god, I did not. I did not even put that together.
There's a song out on Facebook under my name that I wrote. It's called
Wow.
Having Fun in the Chicken Run. So you'll have to check out that
That's
3 minutes and 20 seconds.
That's great. How big of a space would you be looking for a drop off, or just? I mean, I'm thinking obviously Lake Street pretty much is the middle of our town.
Nashwauk has recommended Platten Third for their location, which is kind of a walkover past their water tower, mainly because I'm able to launch by 4th of July. It won't interfere with the street being blocked off because it runs in the back. Nothing's been secured yet. It could simply be outside of a gas station. It could be, I'm looking at businesses like gyms.
Yeah.
They could be the one that wants an agreement to have a location. Chisholm and Nashwauk are really suited where they could end up with 2. But as you can see, what further is, when more vehicles are added, each city gets their own route. They get their own vehicle assigned. So we can easily do the designated drivers and contract with local bars and event centers, because it's not a taxi.
Well, I guess I'll have to think about it. But kudos to you for this is great. I mean, phenomenal.
They're 10 to 12 passenger, lightweight passenger vans. My drivers do not need CDL, but they will need DOT physicals. All my employees will be paid $20 an hour. And so that, I've got pretty much all of that lined up, getting ready to just kind of zero in on locations and see how this all pans out.
Yeah, very cool.
Question. So like in Hibbing, would you go right through town and on the main route and have
One
maybe
stop in each
just one
city
stop?
first.
Or
Just one stop. So you just go here to here to here. I find that I can get a ride to downtown. I can get someone to pick me up, but I can't get someone to take me to Keewatin. And so just that kind of, what happens later is where when Chisholm has its own vehicle, then you get multiple stops because you've
Okay.
got your own vehicle. But it starts with the one vehicle, one route, because that's our core.
Yeah.
Buck Lake already wants their route, so we're already working on that. Kelly Lake wants their, and then they're going to help with what hours or when they want it to be there. I also have one that will go from Hibbing to Scanlon and connect with Groom Transportation. So I can not have someone drive me to the airport when I leave here. I could just go and catch. So it opens everything up beyond our communities to the world.
I know a lot of seniors in our community are looking for rides for clinic appointments, hospital appointments and stuff.
That's
too.
covered by AEOA, and anything would be referred to them because this fills a gap. It doesn't do anything the current transportation does.
Okay.
Travis, I suggest the Iron Man parking lot, most convenient. As one.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Should be a problem, put it on the next agenda for discussion and we can work on a resolution.
And my big thing is transparency.
Yeah.
Safety. This is huge. I am a safety first person, and this has got to be safe enough for me. And so if I don't feel safe somewhere, yeah, no, it's not going to happen.
Right.
And that's my commitment, is keeping us safe.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Dennis, aye.
Thank you.
Council reports, Councilor Halverson, good evening.
Good evening. I attended the Redhead opening day, maintenance day, and Redhead committee meeting. And for everybody's information, this summer we'll be building a connector trail from downtown out to Redhead. And the route is going to start at the Thomasoni Arch. It's going to go along the south side of the causeway. And when it gets to the county road at the end of the causeway on the east end, it's going to cross straight across, continue for maybe 100, 200 feet, and then it's going to turn south into the woods and follow along the east side of the county highway, all the way over to the Bruce Head Frame Park, and meet there. And then it's going to go a little bit more in the woods, and then it's going to get on the Mesabi Trail and go underneath the freeway, and then that's where it'll connect into the Redhead system. And on the south side of the causeway, it's going to be pretty flat. There's not much there, and it's going to be constructed with red iron ore gravel. So everybody knows that's our plan at this point. And if you go down to the Thomasoni Arch, I put a little bit of it there next to the sidewalk so everybody can see what the material is going to look like. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilor Hollivan, good evening.
Good evening. Attended the EA meeting. We have Bob Streeter talk about our comprehensive plan. I attended the council working session last night, and we started the application process for our new administrators. We did the paper screen the other day, and I also attended the highway cleanup with the ambulance service.
Thank you. Councilor Vaki, good evening.
Good evening. I just have one thing, and that is for our public works workers. Thank you for putting up the flags with the seniors on there. This has been 3 years in the making now. We finally made it happen, and they look great. I encourage everybody to get out and take a walk down the bridge, and congrats to all the seniors. They'll be up there for about a month, and then the seniors can come and get their banner.
Councilor Fogan, good evening.
Good evening. I attended the local board of appeal and equalization meeting and the working session last night. Thank you.
Councilor Barta, good evening.
Good evening. Just a couple of small things. I came to the police commission meeting yesterday because the police chief was unavailable. We'll just say that, last week. And I also attended the working session last night. And I'd like to give kudos to Larry too. The banners look awesome. And I've always said Chisholm has the best employees, and I mean that. So that's it.
Thank you. I have no report. Ambulance Director, Tiffany, good evening.
Good evening. I just have the quickest update. As I mentioned at the last council meeting, we're hosting an ECMO training for the area EMS and medical staff. My hope came to fruition. We have actually outgrown the public safety building for people that have registered for that class, and it is moved to the Iron Range Resources building over in the MDC parking lot. And I did put out a social media blast, but for everybody that might have not seen that, that's been moved because we have just over 40 people registered right now for this class, and there's another class now being offered in Itasca County due to this class, due to the interest in this class. So that's super exciting, and you can register right up until the time it starts. They'll have to share your food a little bit. But other than that, we're excited to get that going, and that's all I have for right now, unless there's any questions. ECMO. So this is something that's offered down in Duluth, but it's going to help us recognize which patients might benefit from it.
Did you guys attend the health thing at the Mesabi or the memorial arena thing today?
We did not, no.
Okay. All right. Just curious.
No, understand, for sure.
Have anything done with the consultants?
So the consultants, I'm not sure exactly how much to share with that. I do know that there has been a lot of correspondence and a lot of data gathering at this point in time, and we do have the time frame, maybe not in stone, but close to it, that they're going to be coming for the site visit. So it's been interesting. I've learned a little bit from some of the data gathering, so I'm excited to see what they have to say once we get it all together. Anything else? Very good, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Fire Chief, Jason?
No report.
Police Chief?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Council. I can see everyone now. Just a very quick update because it's beautiful out, and I'm sure there's nobody that wants to be here other than Jim, so I'm going to go really quick. Just an update on our department. New officer, Officer Sully, has started. He's in his third week in field training, doing very well. We're very happy with his results. He's a great fit to the department, so very happy to have him on board. We have our second officer, Officer Cadence Erickson, starting next week, so we're excited for her to start as well, to get more people, more help, so it's always a good thing. And then our CSO process will start next week. We have interviews scheduled for Tuesday, so hopefully we can get a couple of those on board and move forward. So, and of course, it's blight season, so our blight process and sweeps have started. So friendly reminder to the public, you will see officers out and about issuing violation notices and citations. Again, the goal is compliance. We will work with anyone. We understand that times are tough and resources are unavailable at times, so we do our best to help each other out, and hopefully we'll have a safe and friendly community all together. So, any questions? I have a couple items on the agenda later on, and that's all I have.
I have a question about the CSO.
Sure.
Say there's a problem, right? Somebody's resident. Do they get a warning first? And
Yes.
then- okay.
Yes. So most properties will start with a 7-day warning.
Okay.
Basically, it's a notice, and it'll tell them exactly what the issue is, how to address it, and we give them 7 days. Brings up another point. We do offer extensions, but those extensions come with some circumstances, right? We have to show they have to show that they're making an effort at correcting the problem. Otherwise, why would we give an extension, right? So, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Thanks.
Building official, Andy. City engineer, Jim? Evening.
Members of the Mayor and Council, I'd like to introduce Matt Tribby, who's the crew foreman for Bite, and I've asked him if he'll give us a short update on the status of the Wenton Addition project, and we've got the pay application and change order on the agenda later tonight. Matt Tribby?
Yeah, so far we have sewer down the main entrance road and all the services done on that, and then Sherman Court, the first road. All that sewer main is in, all those services are installed. We're air testing them today, they're all good. We're going down Hartley Cove now, the third road on there with the sewer main. We'll be doing services on that next. We did do the water tie-in yesterday, and we'll be starting doing the water main down the main entrance road tomorrow, so. Things are moving along pretty good, so yeah. Any questions or anything, or? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. No, we're good. Thank you, Matt.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah.
And then wanted to just give you an update on our other projects. This afternoon, we held 2 pre-construction conferences, one on the Heritage Manor or the 6th Street, 4th Avenue project. And then second one was with regards to the 2025 alley reconditioning project, which we bid last year, and they chose to do it this spring. And then the third project we've got coming up to finish up is the final wearing course surface at the Ice Arena and Curling Club. And Masabi Bituminous is involved either as a subcontractor on all of those. And what it looks like is that Heritage Manor project, which has Utility Systems of America as the prime, it looks like they're looking at starting probably about the middle part of June. And that really fits in well, because Larry was involved also with the Ice Arena Curling Club, and evidently they've got teams scheduled in there up till about the middle or 20th of June. And so we're hopeful and expecting Masabi Bituminous probably about that middle to the latter part of June to come in and do their work on the alley reconditioning, the Ice Arena, and then it'll be later in the season before they get to Heritage Manor. Oh, the other one that I was missing with Masabi Bituminous is 5th Street South again, just like the Ice Arena Curling Club. We just need to put on that final wearing course surface. So we're looking at all of those at the mid to latter part of June. So with that, I've got a couple items on the agenda, but I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Public Works. Good evening, Harry.
Evening. Thank you, Mayor and Council. Let me congratulate you again for picking a beautiful evening for a meeting. So I'll make it short. I'll save all the big stuff for the rainy day, and I'll just make it short. I have to, this is my 8th summer, 8 years of employment, and never have I had to turn down seasonal laborers. Ever. I've been as low as 9, and then barely getting 20, where we're at about these days with Redhead and Splash Pad and all those things we've added over the years. So I thank the kids and the teachers and the athletic directors getting these kids, uncles, aunts, everyone, grandma, grandpas, parents. I've had 30 plus applicants, and I've even had a couple after, so it's like 32 or something, and we hired 21. So thank you. I know Colin was really short right off the bat, but he is full and wrecked, so we were trying to shuffle some around and get everyone employment. So it's really, really good to see. Really good to see. And I have one more notable. In my 8 years, one of the first things we said when I was started was we have to fix the garbage service in town, and I think we did that. Mm-hmm. We have economical rates. We have city employees. We have beautiful equipment. We've been doing it for 8 years. Economical, full service, basically every week, under $25 a month, and even cheaper if you are a little less user than weekly. But and the other one was the geese. There's very little geese this year. So it takes time, and what we did, and we did all the research. I know way too much about geese, but it takes time, right? So we see, hope maybe it's 1 year, maybe it'll continue, maybe the geese are, kind of moving on with our things that we've done. So I think it's working. I hope it's working. So take a notice, and we'll talk about it again. So
Thanks, Larry.
I have a lot of things, but I'll wait.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
Parks Trails. Colin, good evening.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Just a really quick update. I just wanted to let you all know that the Redhead trails are open for the season, but the trailhead is still closed until our 29th grand opening. So we still have construction going on there, so that area is prohibited, but you're welcome to ride the trails anytime. And yeah, just echoing what Larry said, we got a full staff this year after a little bit of scare in the beginning, so kudos to everyone that helped spread the word. And Travis, I don't know if you urged a lot of people at the school, but we got a good large pool at the end, which was helpful.
Good.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
That's all I got. Thanks.
Thank you.
City Attorney. Counselor, good evening.
Thanks, Mayor. Normally I don't say much. I want to piggyback off of Chief Bouquet just a little bit with the blight. Working with the chief and then working with the courts, we have actually put a number of additional ordinances through with the courts, so the chief and his crew at the PD will have a lot of additional tools to issue different types of citation to help enforce the blight. And then I also just want, just for the public's knowledge and so that everybody's aware, if you get through the chief's guys and through the PD and get to courts, it may be a little bit more difficult this year to find a deal, because we know if you've gotten to that point, you've used up all the patience that the city crews and that the PD have, and you're not really making an effort to get it cleaned up. So just please clean the yards up, as the chief indicated. It's about compliance. Nobody wants to issue these citations, but we have a lot more tools this year.
Excellent. Thank you, Brian. City Clerk, Treasurer, Administrator.
I have no report, but I can answer any questions if anybody has any.
No? Okay. Council, look for a motion support for the consent agenda, which is to approve the consent agenda, list of bills, communications, minutes of previous city council meetings, and payroll and overtime.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Travis.
Support.
Thank you, Jim. Any further discussion?
I just had one question, maybe Larry could answer this on the PUC. There was something about a 4-inch line in a garage that was repaired a few months ago on Windy Hill.
Yeah.
What was, for something about a garage or something?
Yeah,
or a
the
pipe?
line right underneath the garage,
Oh.
so it's a problem up on Windy Hill that it'll be coming up again, but we don't have right of ways up on Windy Hill.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this is a city main line that's underneath somebody's garage?
Yeah.
And then what was the thing about the loop by the public safety building? It wasn't turned on?
It was frozen.
Oh, it was frozen.
Yeah, so when we did the public safety building, we did some construction, we didn't fully understand where the water main was, and it froze this winter because of the sub-cutting we did and the
Okay.
sub-base we did for the public safety building,
Okay.
so we'll be digging down in the summer and insulating.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The main ended up 3.5 feet below the ground, which should be 8, so we froze the main this winter.
Okay.
Did damage, but froze it.
Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. No unfinished business, moving on. Chief?
Thanks again, Mr. Mayor, Council. 3 items on the agenda tonight. First one is just a resolution to approve para for new police officer Patrick Sully. So resolution 0526-44.
Council, look for a motion and support.
Motion.
Thank you, Jim.
Second.
Thank you, Marty. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Second item is another resolution to approve para for new officer Cadence Erickson. Resolution number 0526-45.
Make that motion, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, April.
Support.
Thank you, Jim. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Council. And then the last item on the agenda for me is just informational purposes. Gambling Commission approved a LG 220 gambling application for a raffle for the Fishing with Vets organization for December 19th at Tom and Jerry's. So well ahead of schedule. So appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Thanks. City Engineer, Jim.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. If you'll turn to page 25, please. It's the beginning of a proposal from Braun Intertech to provide the geotechnical services that we need at the Wenton addition. And if I can get you to turn to page 31, is the most important portion of the proposal. As you'll see, it's their fee estimate. And what they've done is estimate the quantities or the number of hours that would be needed based on assumptions or industry standards typically. But as you know, in this, especially with the soil testings that we're running into with the Wenton addition and throughout the city, sometimes it takes more, sometimes it takes less. So the critical portion is based on this quantity or number of hours, but establishing those rates for the test rate or for the hourly rate of the employees will be doing it. But based on that number or those quantities at those rates, the proposal for the Wenton addition is $26,346. Again, all of this will be paid on an actual hourly basis for the tests actually run or the manpower hourly used. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have, but would recommend approval of this proposal from Braun Intertech for the Wenton addition construction services testing, geotechnical services, at the estimated cost of $26,346.
Thank you, Jim. I apologize, I didn't reach out before the meeting. I was gonna ask, was this something that, we knew was coming ahead of time, or was it part of the budgeting process for the project?
This is all part of the overhead costs of the project. I typically am using the construction cost and then estimating 20% on, and typically we're running about 18 to 22%, but it's in the budget for the project as well. And it becomes a reimbursable cost. Well, we don't have PFA funding on this, but it can also be covered by the services from our grants from IRRB.
Okay. Anyone else have any questions? None, to look for a motion and support.
Make a motion.
Thank you, Jed.
Second.
Thank you, Marty. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor. And then likewise, if you'll turn to page 34, this is a proposal also from Braun Intertech for the geotechnical services on our Heritage Manor or 6th Street, 4th Avenue project. On page 40 is that same format in terms of estimated cost, estimated hours or quantities, as well as the rates. The rates are the same as what they are for the Wenton edition. And based on those hours or those tests, the estimated cost for that is $16,924. And I would be happy to answer any questions, but would recommend the approval of this proposal to Braun Intertech in the amount of $16,924.
Council, unless there's any questions, I look for a motion and support.
Motion.
Thank you, Jim.
Second.
Thank you, Marty. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion
Thank you,
carries.
Mayor. Then if you'll turn to page 43, we have pay application number 1 for work completed through the end of April by White & Company on the Wenton edition. And if you turn over to page 44, the last 2 columns are identical, the quantities and the amount for this payment, as well as the work to date, since it is pay application number 1. And you can see the major items, again, as I pointed out, are on mobilization. Find it, Jim? Okay. Excavation of rocks, of course, and then
Rocks and Chisholm.
boulders. Excuse me, just a minute. What did I have here? So, mobilization, clearing and grubbing, silt fence installation, common excavation, boulder excavation, and the commencement of the sanitary sewer pipe installation. Such that as you go down then on page 44 in those right 2 sets of columns, you'll see the gross amount of work done to date amounts to $264,791.90, less the 5% retainage of $13,239.80. So there's been no previous payments, so we're recommending payment to White & Company in the amount of $251,562.30. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have, but would recommend your approval of pay application number 1 in that amount, please.
Thank you, Jim. Council, look for a motion and support.
Make the motion.
Thank you, Marty.
Support.
Thank you, Jed. Any further discussion?
552, not 562. 250.
I got to get my magnifying glass. I'm getting too old for this.
Answer.
That I've got printed out in 11 by 18 rather than 8.5 by 11. Thank you.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor. And then if you'll turn to page 46, please. This is change order number 2. Change order number 1, if you recall, was a reduction in cost because we went from ductile iron pipe and copper service pipe to the high-density polyethylenes. As we've proceeded with sanitary sewer construction, especially that along 8th Street, we were 18 feet deep with the sanitary sewer, and we were running into some really poor soils, the old gumbo clays that are gray clays, or a very silty material once it got wet that just turned to soup. And what this does is to provide what we call trench stabilization rocks, such that we subcut an extra 6 inches to a foot, and then they're still place the pipe on bedding sand, which the contractor provides as a part of the cost of that pipe. So to date, they've used just under 200 cubic yards. We're estimating it may take somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 cubic yards, but before you then you have change order number 2, which is has the unit price per cubic yard of $43 per cubic yard. So an estimated cost at this point, added additional cost of $21,500. I would recommend approval of change order number 2 in that estimated total estimated cost of $21,500, and would be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Unless there's any questions, I'll look for a motion and support.
I'll make the motion for it.
Thank you, April.
Second.
Thank you, Marty. Any further discussion?
Jim, where's that rock coming from? Any idea?
Larry, do you know? I don't know where the
I don't know where they
source.
brought it from. I'm gonna guess Seppi. hopefully that anyone open right now is screen drop. I'm gonna guess that, I really don't know though.
Okay, we have nothing around here we can use for civil only.
And then road restrictions. You can
Oh,
start again
true,
right now.
yeah.
Till Friday.
Yeah.
Basically, this is a larger diameter. I was gonna look up to see the gradation of it, but it's basically clean, larger, probably 1 and 2 inch type rock primarily.
The price seems high, but I think it includes transport, placing, and, grading,
Right.
so it's not terrible.
Okay.
It seems high right up front if you were gonna put it in your yard, but
Right.
I think, if you went and got it 5 pound plus, I think with trucking and placing with an excavator, and I think it's close.
Okay. Thanks.
Pretty cheap. $42 per cubic yard. I thought that was pretty cheap. A good price, I should say.
Any type of aggregate's becoming like gold anymore.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
Larry?
Thank you. As I've been prepping the council for, we have 3 retirements this year, one including at cemetery. It's a relatively hard field to fill. We hope we have somebody internally. Generally speaking, I don't see anyone jumping out, so there's always that possibility, but we'll be probably going out for a cemetery position. I don't know if you've ever tried to hire for a cemetery position. They're not super desirable, maybe. So with that, I've rewritten the job description to, I believe, as the manager that manages those duties and that responsibility. I've written it to, I believe, what kind of serves the public and the business in 2026 compared to what it was in 1960 and 1980 and 2000, 2020 and going forward. Generally speaking, everybody went to the cemetery years ago. Generally speaking, nowadays, many people don't even make it to the cemetery nowadays. They get sprinkled at their cabin or at their hunting shack or at their family outing favorite place or something. So we've added some responsibilities, no doubt, to the cemetery position, and I think it reflects in the job description. So I did get, it was somewhat rushed. I'm not a creative writer, so these are somewhat times hard for me. But just, I do have union support on this, by the way, and those are the edits that you see in front of you. I apologize for bringing that late, but I did sit with the union president this morning and had a conversation with their BA, their business representative, and they are in support of moving forward with that, which is always nice. And then just a couple really slight just changes, and I would say creative writing changes. So it doesn't really change a lot, but it just really makes it really read nice and gives, I think, it really gives a representation of the job for somebody coming in and reading it and, applying, so.
I would think, just as a comment, I would think cemetery jobs are not going to school for anymore.
No.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Might be hard to find somebody perfect for it.
Yeah, right. We just need one good worker, and we'll train them, like we always do. With that, I'd be asking for your review and your support of the job description that I think was updated last in 2011. So 13, 14 years or something.
Thank you, Larry. Council, unless there's any questions or comments, I'd look for a motion and support to approve the updated job description.
Motion.
Thank you, Jed.
I'll support.
Thank you, Jim. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Council. Mayor, and with that, I ask for your support in posting, so we get that person in here, we get them training. There would be a slight budget increase to the payroll in that department, but we also have a heavy equipment operator that is retiring June 15th, and I plan to reserve that till later in the fall. We get this person here, use some of that budget. It's general fund budget, so it'll equal out. And we get the training and the right person we need in the campground, going into winter, and then we'll hire an equipment operator going into fall, winter. So with that, it should equal out just fine, and that's just the business plan. So with that, we ask for your support to post internally, and then externally if we don't get any candidates.
Okay, thank you, Larry. Council, look for motion and support.
Motion.
Thank you, April.
Support.
Thank you, Jed. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
Thanks, Larry.
Parks Trails Rec Director, Colin.
Good evening again, council. If you would turn to page 59, I have a memo for approval into a construction agreement with Fine Line Trails. So on pages 60 through 63, you'll see that attached agreement to perform work related to the connectivity trail from Redhead to downtown Chisholm, which Marty alluded to earlier. Bar Engineering solicited proposals and Fine Line submitted the lowest proposal. I am requesting to enter into the attached agreement with Fine Line Trails for the connectivity trail work.
Hey, council, if there's any questions, I'd look for a motion and support.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The numbers are so different. Was this apples to apples?
Yeah.
Really?
It was a drastic difference in the
Wow.
Yeah. So it was kind of a no-brainer for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and we have a relationship with Fine Line. They've been doing some other projects with us too, so
Yeah.
we're happy to have them again.
Mr. Mayor, so when you write up these memos, can you just make sure you put in how much it is, because it's 98,000?
Sure.
And then what account it's coming off of?
Yeah,
Or if
absolutely.
you're-
Normally
Because the
I-
rest of them you did.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it
I'll be
grand?
honest with you, I may or may not have written that memo, because it was a placeholder and I didn't have the agreement until the last minute, I believe, so.
So it's-
Normally I like to do that as well. I have it in my notes here.
So it's 98,000, and then do you know if it's coming out of a grant?
Yeah, it's
You
the
said?
connectivity grant.
Okay.
So we have like 160,000 allocated for that specific project.
We do not throw your new boss under the bus.
No,
I didn't even catch that.
it wasn't Devin either. Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I will
appreciate
make a note of that going forward. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Make a motion, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Jed.
Support.
Thank you, Travis. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Awesome. Thank you. Next on the agenda for me, if you turn to page 75, for pages 76 through 82, attached you'll find the proposal from Braun Intertech's Hibbing office to provide geotech testing services for the Longyear Lake Park improvements. So this is what Jim was recommending to me. He had these two, the two earlier under him. This is just the same thing, but over at the Longyear Lake Park pickleball courts and basketball court. So based on the types and numbers of tests required as enumerated in the proposal, the estimate of these services is $9,340. And if you turn to that page, again, it's an estimate based on the rates and the hours for the project. I recommend approval of this proposal from Braun Intertech for geotechnical services for the Longyear Lake Park Improvements Project at an estimated cost of $9,340. And just a heads up that this will be coming out of grant funding that we have secured for the Longyear Lake Park pickleball courts.
Thank you, Colin. Council, look for a motion and support.
Motion.
Thank you, Jed.
Support.
Thank you, Travis. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. Next item on the agenda for myself is on page 83 here. You'll see a change order number 3 for the American Ramp Company. American Ramp is providing installation of rock and boulders for buttressing and landscaping of the pump track outslopes. Change order number 3 is funded with secured funding by the IRRR and LCCMR grants for the Redhead Trailhead improvements. I recommend approval of change order number 3 in the amount of $16,250.
Council, any questions? No, look for a motion and support.
Motion.
Thank you, Jed.
Second.
Thank you, Marty. Any further discussion?
That's a lot of money for moving rock.
Yeah. As long
On
as it's
business.
covered by a grant.
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Yeah, it's all coming to fruition on May 29th, so yeah, we're excited. Last item for me on the agenda, if you turn to page 85, you'll find the memo for change order from Bar Engineering for the Redhead Trailhead improvements. So on page 86 is that agreement. Bar provided additional construction administration services for the trailhead. This cost is fully funded by the LCCMR grant. The change order for the revised scope of services is increased by $3,400. Details in the agreement on the next page.
Council, look for a motion and support. If there's any questions? Thank you, April. Thank you, Jim. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Awesome, appreciate it. We'll see you all on May 29th, the trailhead.
Thanks, Colin.
Thanks, Tom. Hey, Devin, good evening.
Good evening. Page 88 is Resolution 0526-46. We just need to adopt this resolution to remove Stephanie from the bank accounts at the city. So we have First National Bank, Security State, and the 4M Fund. So this is just a formal resolution to update the signers on the accounts.
Council, look for a motion and support.
Motion.
Thank you, Jed.
I'll second the question.
Thank you, Marty. Go ahead.
Park State Bank now? Is it First National?
Yeah, there's
Bank?
no.
Oh, yep,
Yep.
you're right. Good catch.
That's correct.
Okay. You should amend your motion with the correction.
Amend my motion with the correction.
And your second.
Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Next, on page 90, is the Resolution 0526-47, authorizes the City of Chisholm to accept funds from the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency. This is a grant that Larry received, and it is for the water. Stormwater, yeah, thank you, Larry.
Council, I look for a motion and support approval of resolution 0526-47.
Motion.
Thank you, Jim.
Support.
Thank you, Travis. Any questions, discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Next is page 92. So I was working with Larry and Jim on this one. We typically keep about, what was it, about 20,000 square yards? Is that right? Cubic yards. Yeah, not square. And so we're running lower on that, and we have crushing available, or rock to be crushed. We use this aggregate in our street projects, and Jim does his due diligence to get grant funding reimbursed for it, and that cost reimbursed. And also Larry does a great job of selling it to local contractors. So it makes sense for the city to replenish that Class 7 to be used for various street projects and to be sold if any contractors need it in a pinch.
Council, unless there's any questions, I'll look for a motion and support.
Motion.
Thank you, Jed.
Second.
Thank you, Marty. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Then next is City of Chisholm application for a taxi license. We were approached, and I believe there's a business that wants to open up a taxi. We have the city ordinance of Chisholm Business Regulations 111.15 taxi cabs, and this is just our formal process to vet any new taxi cab services in town, and we are just looking to put a fee on there of $33, which is consistent with neighboring communities.
Okay. Council, look for a motion and support to approve the application for a taxi license.
So would this block anybody else from coming in?
No, it's just a formal vetting process to ensure they're a legitimate business and that they're going through, all the background checks with their drivers and that sort of thing.
Thank you.
Make a motion, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Jed.
Support.
Thank you, Travis. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Devin. Yes. Hey, council, we had a request for the CCF. Something that we did last year. You got a sheet in front of you, I believe, with what we contributed last year. Last year we gave $1,000. I know in the request they were asking for, I don't know if it was in this one, but a different form, they asked for $2,000. We typically give $1,000 out of the charitable gambling, correct? And then we do another one for the summer golfing. So, if there's any questions, I would look for a motion and support for the donation request for $1,000 to the CCF.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, April. Is there support?
Second.
Thank you, Marty. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next up is a request for a chamber event, June 16th. Looking to close a street in between 3rd and 2nd. In addition to work with the Lake Street Vendor Festival from 5:30 to 8 p.m. And to declare this a, do we already have that a citywide festival? Do you recall, Jed?
I think we do, Mayor.
You do?
For this, yep,
Okay.
yep.
So I just look for a motion and support to approve the additional closure and to the additional citywide festival.
Motion.
Thank you, Jim.
Support.
Thank you, Jed. Any further questions?
For the 2 blocks from Keyboard.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the full 2 block is what they want.
Which I'll ultimately hope we get there with the festival.
Lake Street, yeah.
Mhm.
Lake Street Market's gonna be under the lower block. There's gonna be a car show. The chamber has a huge plan for that upper part of the block by
Yeah.
sideline, so.
Yeah, the chamber is having a member appreciation that night, along with their raffle drawing. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next up, I'll look for a motion and support to schedule a working session for May 27th, 6:30 p.m. to take place after our council meeting. Our consultant, Ravina Claxton, will be here to give some information, go over the interviews and the process for the administrative position.
Motion.
Thank you, Travis. Is there support?
Second.
Thank you, Marty. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Last thing, this is one of the last things that Administrator Straba wanted to send through on her way out. I didn't know if there would be support for this, but she feels that this is something that the staff greatly appreciates as they get into summer and working through. Obviously, when they set their, the items for the agendas, they start on it a good week and a half ahead of time. So she was requesting that we look into suspending the council meetings of June 24th, July 22nd, August 26th. Again, noting that if anything does come up or is needed, we can always reschedule the meeting. But it does take a little bit of burden and work off of our staff as they try to capitalize on the nice weather and get these projects done.
No issue with me. I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Travis.
I'll second.
Thank you, Marty. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Anyone have anything to discuss under miscellaneous?
One thing, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
We had a lot of phone calls on the 6th Street Northeast project as far as the assessment process. We should really have a council discussion with some public members that are here. People are questioning that they figure that they want the assessment further spread out around the whole area than where it is right now. I know we talked about it before, so.
Yeah, so when do we pass that assessment? It's in the fall.
We typically do it after we've achieved a substantial completion. Typically with this type of project, it's usually during September, October, because we need to get it certified. The initial draft, I think by 1st of December to the county, and then we can do any editing by the end of the year, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Well, maybe at the May 27th meeting, we will discuss a time to add a working session, maybe to follow one of our council meetings in the summer, or another time for public participation. So I wouldn't argue about that.
Okay.
Are they looking to spread it out over a longer period of time, or?
Just area-wise for other streets and people that are using the whole area.
I think a lot of people's interest is to lower their assessment policy, which I think it'd be good for have a discussion. You know,
Because there's a lot of legal aspects that Brian's involved with as well. We wouldn't be able to do it on this project because we've already held the public hearing. We can't expand that area of assessment from that. We could do it on future projects, but on this one where we've already gone through the public hearing process, we can't expand that area of benefit, I guess is the proper word, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure.
Right.
but we can discuss our assessment
But we can
policy
discuss,
and
Look
cost.
at the whole assessment policy, because, you know, it's been 5 years since we looked at establishing that rate of $90 per pound foot. Our construction cost index has increased substantially, and but other portions of the policy itself that we want to look at and address.
Because I know at that hearing, because when we talked about that, a couple of people spoke, and we told them that we could change that, or maybe talk about spreading it out and, you know, changing the assessment policy, but this project, I thought we could still change that if need be.
So I think
Not the people being assessed.
Okay, so that's fixed right now, we can't change it, okay.
You have the ability to change rates.
Yeah.
But not the area of benefit. You could shrink it, but you couldn't expand
Okay.
the area of benefit.
Okay.
I just have a question. I know you mentioned to the ambulance director about a consultant, but did we get any dates of when the building was coming in?
we had a meeting, April 27th, I believe it was. Yeah. So they came in and spoke, and that was more like just kind of a mediation, if you will. It was a private meeting for those that were involved.
No, that was it. It was a one-time.
They might come back with some suggestions. Next we can follow up with them to see what they would recommend, but yeah, I imagine there'd be some follow-up. And then just to make sure that, you know, ambulance, fire, you guys have made sure that your employees are aware of the company coming in and the dates whenever they do kind of get them.
Yeah, it's the 16th through the 18th.
16th through the 18th through the consultants.
Of June, yeah.
Be on site. So
Yes.
if you would make sure that you inform your staff, I'd appreciate it.
No, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, if there's nothing else, council, I would look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned.
Thank you, Jed.
Second.
Thank you, Marty. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Larry, can I talk to you?